Hi, welcome to Rising Vibration. I'm Inga. This reading will be for Sagittariuses who were cheated on in the past 6 months to a year, and they are still dealing with the affair or infidelity. This is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign who were in serious, committed relationship, partnerships, or marriage. Again, this is for Sagittarius for the month of February 2018. So we are just going to look at some things that Sagittarius may have missed, what they may need to know right now at this juncture in their process of recovery. And we're going to take some general advice cards from this good tarot deck. So let's see where we are for Sagittarius. This is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising energies. It's looking more at the karmic bond ties with the cheating event. We have the Ice Queen. This is Cancer, Capricorn. This is not being able to break out of disappointment. This is not being able to move on. This is not being able to forgive and forget. This is a card of being stuck. This is the Queen of Wands, something like that. It's the Empress. This again feels like a person who is fixed and a bit stuck in their recovery process. Even going back and forth between feeling quite confident and like they have moved on and like they have progressed in those stages of loss and grief. Like they go from denial to anger to negotiation and depression in 2 or 3 years or in a year, because we're talking 6 months to 12 months. But then they're right back to where they started from. When they think they've accepted it, they're back to being angry. That's what it feels like. This is a Two Kings children. This is about having an impossible love standard. But this feels more for me, for Sagittarius, like realizing the relationship and how this occurred was impossible. So for the Sagittarius who was cheated on, it feels like now they're doubting the relationship altogether and they don't believe it was ever the right person or the right situation. It's also about being so far unable to forgive, and this is the Sleeping Beauty. This card has been coming up a lot. This is like almost expecting a miracle. So maybe even the Sagittarius at some point has mentally played around with thinking that what if life would have not been this way? What if I would have stayed with this person? What if even when they cheated, I would have forgiven them? And even if it wasn't an option, the person walked off and left the Sagittarius for who they thought was the best person for them. They felt like they met their perfect person. And they felt like they had to leave the Sagittarius. The Sagittarius is almost kind of wishing like the person was still there. So the Sagittarius seems to be having a hard time with letting go and moving on and being motivated to even meet other people or go out on dates or anything like this. The Sagittarius still seems to be in their emotion and almost fantasizing about how things could have been. So let's see if we can pull anything else out of this. We have the 8 of Coins, and this is the Sagittarius has been working on it. They have tried to understand what happened, and even they've tried to work with the other person. If the other person is still in their life and they have children with the other person, they've tried, but they haven't been very successful with this effort. We have the King of Swords. So this is matched up with the Empress. Now this could be the energy of the other person as well. The other person has blocked Sagittarius. They haven't been very friendly or open or even forgiving with the Sagittarius. This is also the Sagittarius feeling blame. So the other person could have blamed the event on the Sagittarius. And this can also be an energy of the Sagittarius going back and forth between feeling quite excited and about the possibilities of the future, about the possibilities of finally getting over the other person, and then feeling quite, yeah, kind of retracted or sad or even depressed. We have Major Arcana, the Hierophant, and again, this is something like the Sagittarius had hoped or wished for a foundation that didn't seem to be there, or a relationship that just didn't work out, and they're still wondering why and how and if things could have been different. More living in the past right now. And this also feels like more living in the past, especially since it's feeling backwards for me there. Thinking a lot about what could have been. So, if I had some advice for the Sagittarius, I would also say try to not feel too bad about where you are, because the other person is probably having, the person who cheated with the Sagittarius is probably having the same energetic chain of thought with them, especially since Sagittarius was dealing with Saturn and this kind of karmic lessons that perhaps the relationship did come apart for seemingly no reason, even if there was cheating involved. And the Sagittarius has struggled with this, but the other person might be struggling with the same kind of questions. And the best advice would be to try to keep just working through the energies, feeling them and working through the energies. Let's see what we have here. I would like to pull 3 for Sagittarius. We have the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Water. That's considering your option, considering which option is best, and actually choosing that you do have new options, but you can also think about new and different things besides the loss, Sagittarius. We have the 10 of Wands, letting go. This is about letting go of burden, making space for the new. This is typically wands, which are burdened, but in this good tarot, she's burning them off. And we have the Ace of Coins, the Ace of Earth. This is looking for new opportunities. But for me, it's about try to replace the old thoughts with new, better, more exciting, encouraging thoughts for yourself, Sagittarius, for the month of February 2018. Take it step by step. Be proud of the progress that you've made so far. Don't push yourself too hard right now, especially if you're still going over some things. Just stay with the energy. And that's what I have for Sagittarius for the month of February 2018. Take care, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.